going to be a mindful meditation, which means that we'll be consciously relaxing. So we will be aware the whole time. And I find this blue sky meditation a really brilliant one, a really powerful mindful meditation. We did it last week briefly in class, if you were there. And I think it's a great analogy for what I believe meditation is. So it's helping remind us that happiness is our true nature and comes from within rather than something that we need to kind of constantly pursue. And final quick point before we start, although it is guided by my voice, there will be silences as we go along. So don't worry too much about those. So I've been doing a couple of online meditations, and I know that if you hear the silence, you're sometimes sort of peeking out one eye thinking, is anything going wrong? But it's not. I'm leaving those on purpose. And I think some of us are sometimes, including myself, a bit fearful of silence, thinking, where's my mind going to go? Might I worry or kind of think about what's I'm having for dinner? And that's totally natural. Just remember to bring your mind back. And I'll let you know how to do this as we go, using the visualization or my voice as a guide. And your breath is a really powerful tool as well to bring you back into the present. So we will get started on our meditation. So closing down your eyes where you are. And just let your body really settle in. So allowing yourself to feel held and supported by the earth beneath you. So it could be your sofa or the ground, any cushions propping you up. And just take any last movements that you feel you might need to get as comfortable as you possibly can. And then try and find some real stillness in the body. So when we still our bodies, it helps us to still our minds. And don't worry if during the meditation you get a slight itch or maybe feel a bit of tension in any part of the body. You can, if it's kind of becoming distracting, you can move and then just find your stillness again. So connecting now with your inner quiet and your inner calm. And you can imagine that your mind is a clear blue sky representing this inner calm. So even if you can hear any external noises, so perhaps coming from the room that you're in or outside, just bringing your mind back and focusing on this inner quiet. On each inhale, draw in the cool air and the feeling of calm. And on each exhale, you can release tension. So maybe you're holding tension somewhere in the body. Often we hold tension in our jaw or the space between our eyebrows. So just releasing that with each exhale, softening the body. And just knowing that there's nowhere else that you have to be at this moment in time. So any busyness in your mind from the day, you can allow it to quieten. Just the fact that you're here, giving yourself these few minutes, is a really lovely thing in itself. And let's come back to the clear blue sky. So your natural state, which is calm and happy. You're not pursuing it, it's just there as a constant. And as you rest here, if a thought comes along, you can just imagine that it's a cloud passing across the sky. So some clouds are bigger or darker than others, but just knowing that all the clouds will pass and you can let them go. You've got the power to just notice them, watch them pass, and let them go. Even if the clouds are really turbulent and there's a storm, knowing that behind them there's the constant clear blue sky. So all negative thoughts, feelings, and emotions are just temporary. So we're not judging our thoughts or blocking them, but just noticing them, trying not to engage with the thought, letting it pass across the sky. Remembering that meditation, like yoga, is a practice. So it's never perfect, and some days will feel easier or a little different than others. So tomorrow could feel totally different. Try not to judge whatever comes up today and being kind to yourself. So silence is often where the magic happens, even though sometimes it can feel a bit frustrating if your mind wanders. Just knowing that you haven't done anything wrong and gently bringing it back. Even becoming aware that you've had a thought is mindfulness. And if you do really engage with a thought, your breath can help bring you back. So take a deep breath if you have engaged with a thought. And on your exhale, just let it go and bring your focus back to the unfailing calm sky. And we'll keep this peaceful silence just for another few moments, remembering it's the inner quiet we're focusing on. So allowing your body and your mind to really soak up the final deep rest this is giving by just being here in the present. Gently starting to deepen your breath, keeping your eyes closed. And just bringing a tiny stretch or a tiny bit of movement back into the body. Maybe wriggling fingers, toes. Just taking a moment to check in with how your body and your mind are feeling. So perhaps you feel a positive shift. Or if you found any part difficult, which is totally natural, just knowing that it's in your power to start shifting your mind to a more positive place, especially in this calm state. And if you can't right now, then you can try again in a few minutes. That's the beauty of it. And just seeing if for the rest of your day, you can do one or two things really mindfully. So being really present when you cook, for example, really kind of smelling the food, using all your senses. This is the most important part of our meditation practice, is bringing it into our day and into our lives. And just before we open our eyes, let's be grateful for the lovely group energy that everyone's created in doing this. And think of something else that you're grateful for. So that could be your health at the moment. It could be the fact that you've come to do this practice, or maybe an intention to try it out again. Anything that you're grateful for. Maybe there are lots of things. And if this makes you want to smile, then you can have a good old grin, maybe whilst no one's looking, hopefully no one's watching you, looking a bit silly. And please stay resting here if you'd like to, or otherwise we can start rubbing our hands together, keeping our eyes closed, just for a couple of moments. Bringing a bit of energy and warmth to the hands. Slowly bringing your hands over your eyes and giving your temples a lovely massage, maybe your jaw, neck, anywhere that kind of feels it. And when you're ready, gently opening the eyes and drawing your hands away from your face. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you have any questions at all or feedback, just email me or comment below. And I'll leave this video up so that if you want to come back to it at any time, you can do that and kind of notice how things change. I find they often do day to day. So yeah, see how it goes. And I hope you manage to find some calm. Have a lovely rest of your day. Thanks a lot. Bye.